Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 11th of August. Member countries attend 15th BIMSTEC Ministerial Meeting in Kathmandu. Baloch activists hold conference in Berlin, opposes CPEC. And now for all the details. Venkaiah Naidu was sworn in as the 13th Vice President of India on Friday in capital New Delhi. President Ramnath Kovind administered the oath of office to Naidu at a ceremony attended by political leaders cutting across party lines.
India's former Federal Minister Venkaiah Naidu was sworn in as the 13th Vice President of the country on Friday. President Ramnath Kovind administered oath to 68-year-old Naidu in a glittering ceremony at the Presidential Palace. Naidu, who was India's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP candidate, was elected Vice President in a parliamentary vote last Saturday. As Vice President, Naidu will now take over as the Speaker of the Upper House of the Parliament or Rajya Sabha. Born in a humble agricultural family in southern Andhra Pradesh province, Naidu started his career as a student leader. He was elected as BJP's national president in 2003. Naidu was appointed as a Minister for Rural Development under the leadership of then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2004. Since then, he has held various ministerial portfolios and has been a long-time parliamentarian.
Meanwhile, the 15th BIMSTEC Ministerial Meeting was held in Nepal's capital Kathmandu on Friday. Indian Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj during the meeting said that BIMSTEC enjoys the unique strengths of connecting South and Southeast Asia.
The Foreign Ministers of Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral, Technical and Economic Cooperation or BIMSTEC on Friday attended the 15th Ministerial Meeting in Kathmandu. Nepal, the current chair of the grouping, was led by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Foreign Affairs Krishna Bahadur Mahara. India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj during the meeting said that for India, BIMSTEC is a natural choice to fulfill its foreign policy priorities of neighbourhood first and act east. Swaraj said the region is vulnerable to a variety of disasters due to its geoclimatic conditions and to build regional capacities.
The meeting was held in a very positive and a constructive atmosphere where all the other member countries recognized the role that India has played in taking the lead in rejuvenating this grouping.
On the sidelines of BIMSTEC, Swaraj also met Sri Lanka's State Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Minister of Bhutan. Commenting on the Doklam issue, Bhutan's Foreign Minister Damcho Dorji said they hope the situation in Doklam will be resolved peacefully and amicably. Swaraj, who is on a two-day visit to Nepal, had earlier met Nepali President Bidya Devi Bhandari and Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba.
Moving on, exiled Baloch leaders and activists held a conference on Friday against the governments of China and Pakistan and Germany. They demanded an end to the human rights violations being inflicted on the Baloch community in the name of economic development.
Exiled Baloch leaders and activists gathered in Germany's Berlin city on Friday to voice their protest against the construction of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC project. The European branch of Baloch National Movement or BNM, a Baloch nationalist political group, held a conference to voice their concerns. They claimed China's One Belt and One Road or OBOR and its related projects not only affected Balochistan but also other nations in the world.
The purpose of this conference here is to raise awareness, to engage the good people of the European countries, to raise voices against China's aggressive policy in Balochistan and overall the region, which is, the CPEC and the OBOR initiative is actually impacting the regional ecology.
People of Balochistan demand to get out of Balochistan. Balochistan is not part of Pakistan, and Pakistan has no right to sign any agreements with China that has anything to do with Balochistan. So we want them out.
They blame China for helping Pakistan in committing war crimes and genocide in Balochistan in the name of constructing the multi-billion-dollar project passing through the southwestern province. The conference also discussed Pakistan Army's role in carrying out military operations, enforced disappearances, extrajudicial executions and killings in the region. Activists claim the project has brought death and destruction for the local people instead of economic opportunities.
In news from Pakistan, a German doctor and nun who was popularly known as Pakistan's Mother Teresa for dedicating her life to healing leprosy patients died on Thursday at a private hospital in Karachi. She was 87.
German-born nun Dr. Ruth Farr, who devoted her life to eradicating leprosy in Pakistan, died on Thursday at the age of 87 in the southern Karachi city. Widely known as Pakistan's Mother Teresa, Farr was eulogized by Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi for her contributions towards freeing the country of the disease that causes discoloration of the skin, sores and disfigurements. Farr may have been born in Germany, but her heart was always in Pakistan, Abbasi said in a statement. Born in 1929, Farr trained as a doctor in her youth and went on to join a Catholic sisterhood. Farr arrived in Pakistan in 1960 and chose to spend the rest of her life in the country. She founded the Mary Adelaide Leprosy Centre, or MALC, in Karachi, Pakistan's first hospital dedicated to treating the disease.
It's a huge loss. She was known to her patients as Mother Amma because they are shunned by their own relatives. If we talk about leprosy patient, the stigma is such that people don't take them as family members because of the deformity and because of the nature of the disease. So she was mother to many.
According to local media reports, the number of patients under treatment for leprosy fell to 531 last year from 19,398 in the 1980s. A state funeral will be held for Farr in Karachi on August 19.
Moving on, in a new development, US President Donald Trump said on Thursday he was very close to deciding whether he will approve a plan to deploy more troops in Afghanistan. Terming Afghanistan as a mess that he took over from the previous administration, Trump said that his administration will soon make a decision on an updated strategy for the war in Afghanistan.
United States President Donald Trump said on Thursday he was very close to making a decision on the US military effort in Afghanistan. It is currently undergoing a review and could see an increase in the troops' strength.
We're getting very close. It's a very big decision for me. I took over a mess, and we're going to make it a lot less messy. But that has been a place, 17 years, our longest war, as I read in one of your columns. And frankly, it's going to be a decision that's going to be made very soon.
The US State Department said the United States-Afghan strategy review is still underway. Senator John McCain revealed his strategy for the United States in Afghanistan, which includes adding more US troops for counter-terrorism missions. He added increasing US air power to assist Afghan forces and providing the US military with broader authority to target enemy forces, including the Taliban, the Haqqani Network, Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State was also vital.
In other news, Afghanistan's central Bamiyan province is one of the most picturesque regions in the country. With a rich history associated with it, the region is a major tourist attraction. Tourists visit the region on a daily basis, and this has resulted in exponential boom to the tourism sector.
Tourists thronged in large numbers in Afghanistan's central Bamiyan province to witness historical and touristic sites. In the past 2 years, tourism in Bamiyan has bloomed drastically. At least 200,000 people have already visited the region this year. Tourists were seen relaxing in the Bande Amir National Park, a series of 6 deep blue lakes separated by natural dams made of travertine, a mineral deposit.
وطنهای ما که میان از ولایات بسیار دوردست مثل هلمند میان، از هرات میان، از قندهار میان، از کل ولایت زیادترشون از کابل فعلا میان و این سال یک سیل بسیار زیادی از سیاحین داخلی ما داشتیم که متاسفانه بگیم که امکانات ما بسیار کم است.
بسیار تعریف از خودی بامیان از این ولایت شنیدم، یعنی این شوق و علاقه ما بود که من تونستم اینجا بیایم.
According to officials, 8 sites in Bamia are part of the World Cultural Heritage and are registered at the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization or UNESCO. The government recently inaugurated the construction of roads around Buddha sculptures in the city, which is aimed at attracting more tourists.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Member countries attend 15th BIMSTEC Ministerial Meeting in Kathmandu. Baloch activists hold conference in Berlin opposes CPEC. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.